Hey, we're talking about crazy things that have happened in wrestling. It made the news this past week, since you and I have recorded, that the folks over at CW were not too happy with a skit that happened at the most recent NWA pay-per-view where Dr. James Mitchell was seen suggestively snorting a white powder with a few other folks from his merry band of misfits.
Yeah.
And I guess it's like the unofficial, maybe first ever cocaine spot in the history of wrestling.
It's
I guess the
ridiculous.
folks at CW were not thrilled with that. Maybe there's a little blowback. I don't know all the details,
No
but man,
pun intended. A little blowback, Conrad. I
there
saw
you
what
go.
you did.
Come
You
on now.
can't help it. You can't help it. You're a
What,
wordsmith.
what do you think about this? A cocaine spot in
It's
wrestling?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
How do you justify any facet of it? Any facet of it? It's just stupid. It makes no sense to me. It's taking it too far. Well, it's pro wrestling. I know what it is. I've been doing this for almost 50 years. I get it. But there are certain things, at least in my world, that would not appear on television. And they have to do, I mentioned them earlier. Religion certainly wouldn't be on there. Whatever else I mentioned. There's things I just don't like. I don't want to sound like Jim Cornette. God damn it, you motherfuckers. But there's things you can't make me like them. And so anyway, I just, we don't, well, I'll never agree with some of that stuff. And I know that sounds like get out of my yard, but it isn't. It's just, it's distracting and it's counterproductive. And we're not doing what brought us to the dance. All great dramas. And wouldn't you say that pro wrestling is pro wrestling a drama, Conrad?
Oh yeah.
So you got to have heroes and villains. If we're on the same page and we agree that pro wrestling is a drama, or is it a action adventure show, whatever you want to call it, it is certainly in need of heroes and villains. Would you not
Yes.
agree?
Yes.
So when you have heroes and villains, you got to treat them as such. And so I'm a big believer that we're not in this era we're talking about today, 1998. We're starting to veer way off the traditional course.
I had this conversation with Eric Bischoff, and he sort of talked about how he thought it was a bad move, but maybe it's unfair because we see drug use and so many other forms of entertainment, but somehow wrestling is painted with well, that's for kids and that's too close and you can't do that, and there's all
Yeah.
these sort of unwritten rules. So check out 83 Weeks to hear Eric's take on that.